Hi everyone, it's Laura, and I hope you're all doing well. So it's been a while since I've actually sat down and talked and made a video, and so I thought I'd do one today on motivation for getting healthy and staying healthy, whatever that may look like for you, whether it's losing weight, gaining weight, whether it's just making healthier choices in your everyday life. Whatever it may be, I'm going to give you all some tips for doing that, and I hope it helps you out. So my first tip is to stay positive. I know it can be super easy to get down on yourself and to get upset if you let yourself down, but you've got to stop doing that. We're all human, no one's perfect, we don't live perfect lives, no one eats perfectly, no one exercises perfectly, and so to expect that on yourself is setting yourself up for failure because you won't live up to those perfect expectations. So it's super important to stay positive, and on top of that, to stop judging yourself. You've heard the saying, we're our harshest critics, and it's so true. Things that we judge about ourselves, no one even recognizes that those things exist. And so it's super important to believe you can do it, to stay positive, to stop judging yourself, and just to be in a healthy mindset when it comes to taking care of your body. So tip number 2 is to do what works for you. So it's super important to listen to your body to figure out what makes you feel the best, what gives you the most energy, what gives you less headaches, what gives you less aches and pains, what makes you feel good inside and out. And it is good to hear different perspectives from different people to see what works for them and the things that they do to stay healthy. But at the end of the day, it's your body. You know what works best for you. And it is nice to take different things from different people and kind of make it your own. But don't put yourself in a box. Don't say, oh, well, this diet works for so-and-so, so I'm going to try it exactly how they did it because it worked for them. Because it may not work for you. And so, like I said, it is good to hear ideas from different people, but kind of tweak them to make them your own. So do what works for you. So kind of piggybacking onto that, tip number 3 is to stop comparing yourself to other people. This is super important not only when it comes to being healthy, but also just in general in life. There's no one person exactly like you. You're never going to be exactly like someone else. So embracing who you are, embracing your body type, embracing who you are inside and out is super important for living a healthy lifestyle. Not only when it comes to eating healthy and exercising, but like I mentioned before, just in general, just being a healthy person, having a healthy outlook on life, and at the end of the day, going to sleep being content with who you are and who you're going to wake up being the next morning. Tip number 4 is to find your stress reliever. So this looks different for everyone. So for some people, it might be meditation, praying, yoga. For some people, it may be taking walks. For some people, it may be exercising. For some people, it may be talking to a friend. Find whatever it is that relaxes you and de-stresses you, because more and more research is coming out on the impact of stress levels on weight and on health. And it's super important for your stress levels to remain low and for you not to be stressed out all the time. So if it's something you don't really know what your stress reliever is, then Google it, find a few options, check them out, see what works for you, and start doing it, because it's super important for your mind and for your physical body. So my last tip is to focus on the present. You don't know how many times I hear, well, when I was in high school, I weighed this much. When I played basketball in college, this is what I looked like. Or before my first child, I looked like this. It's super, super important to focus on the present. So meet yourself where you are now and figure out where you want to be and take those steps. I read a quote recently that I really liked that was, who you become is based on your daily activities. So it's not based on what you do once in a while, but it's based on what are your priorities every single day, and that's who you're going to become and that's who you are. So it's super important to make your habits align with your goals. And so meet yourself where you are today, figure out where you want to be, and take the steps to get there. So I hope these tips helped y'all out. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. I'll put the link to my website below. You can check out. I'm available for coaching. I'm available for meal plans. Also check me out on Instagram and Tumblr. I'll put my name down below as well, and I'll be seeing y'all soon. Bye.